I don't understand the point of a man standing up when a woman leaves the table. I mean, what purpose does it serve? I can see how all these other gestures do actually serve some purpose, but this one just seems to accomplish absolutely nothing, except random sacrifice of comfort for no reason.
It's a display of courtesy or respect. A man stands when a woman arrives or gets up to leave the table, so that the woman isn't the only one standing. It's an old chivalrous tradition. I like it.
Piffed. Well, paying for dates and opening doors shows respect/courtesy and actually does serve a purpose. I'm pretty sure standing up when a woman walks away was once used to say, "Hey, look, I'm not touching myself as you walk away." It's the only purpose I could possibly see that links it into being a courtesy that actually accomplishes something. I don't like things that serve no purpose and are only done because other men once did them. If other men had once stood up and done the chicken dance, that'd be respectful too. The reason I like paying for going somewhere is because it's actually kind regardless of it being traditional. It's not just considered respectful because some other men's once did it back in the past.
I think expressing cordiality towards a woman by standing up at the table or holding the door open, walking on the traffic side of the street, are outward expressions of love. A sort of masculine behavioral form designed to communicate protectiveness and attentiveness. It is a way of saying you are special to me. I know that, when I experience those feelings for a woman, I'm overcome with a great sense of gentleness, and feel compelled to be very docile. If it didn't feel so wonderful, you'd almost resent your helplessness.
So, most guys who stands when their women's leave the table stand when any woman leaves the table. Therefore the idea that it means anything special towards the woman or shows love is silly. So it doesn't show love when it's for some random woman, but it does when it's your woman? Makes no sense. It's just a rooted tradition that is a habitual practice more than symbolizing anything or accomplishing anything.
Perhaps you've obviously never experienced love? If you had, then you might know exactly what motivated such outward traditions.
That doesn't for a second attempt to explain why it's done for other women by the vast majority of men who take part in such practices. Please explain why a man will stand when any woman leaves the table, if it's just a way of showing love for one woman. Perhaps you can't. Hell, I can tell every woman in the world I love her. In the end, it doesn't promote the idea that they're special. It's not being affectionate. If anything, it's just pushing her into the pile of all the other women in the world, because guys do it for all the other women. But if you can explain how something you do for any woman is a way of telling one woman she is special to you, feel quite free to do so. I'm listening, since it's clearly my lack of love experience preventing me from seeing the oh so obvious answer.
I explained that. The reason, imho, is so that a man can communicate his attentiveness to a woman. Also to show her that he perhaps dotes on her. It is an outward show of appreciation and sincerity that has become a behavioral custom. Words without deeds are often empty and meaningless. This is why, when you truly love a woman, you would do these things. It is hard to explain the way love makes a person behave, but suffice to say true love could cause a man to be thoughtful in such a way. It's sorta like wanting to continually please a woman, and so being cordial in the stated ways is a works equivalent of telling her you love her. It operates very much like the biblical formula of faith and works. One without the other renders both an incomplete action. If you are just not into it, you just aren't into it. What can you do?
You fail at reading. In the end, I've done nothing to explain how something you do for every woman means anything for one woman. Men who stand when a woman leaves the table stand when every woman leaves the table. Not just one woman in an act of affection to show love. What is hard to understand about how standing for every woman leaving a table negates how it could possibly be to show one woman she is special? Please understand this simple concept.
I've got no problem failing to live up to your educational standards.
Learn to comprehend.
Okay.